Watched the Ohio State-Penn State game.
Yeah.
You know, talked for a little bit, like just the two of us. Talked to some of the boys. It's a good time, and I'm glad to see IUP starting doing that.
Big Ohio State fan, I hear.
We are.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll take it. I'm not from Buffalo. Not big football fan, college-wise. More
Gotcha.
Bills, so.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, so talk a little bit. You know, Zach growing up playing. You know, multi-sport athlete. I went to the Little League World Series for baseball. What was that kind of experience like watching? How old was he? 13, 12? So yeah, what was that kind of experience like watching him in kind of a big setting like that?
Basically, the craziest summer of our lives.
Really?
Beginning that summer, we were in Cooperstown at a tournament, and started right after that Little League World Series regionals and pool play over to the Little League World Series. He's said before, like he will never get in a bigger stage than that playing college hockey. 50,000 fans in the stadium.
Live TV,
right. Love you or hate you, ESPN Live.
Right.
Like, we go to some of these rinks, Frats will chirp him and stuff. He's like, yeah, right, whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's nothing.
I actually went to a baseball camp there when I was younger over the summer. Not anything good when I was like actually playing, but at the whole campus there, the whole experience is like 10-0. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. So, I guess we'll switch up a little bit of hockey. You know, what's been like watching Zach grow up and kind of, you know, I know he played Palmyra, Black Knights growing up a little bit there. That's kind of where he came from before here. What's it been like watching him growing, you know, a little tight up to this college level?
Yeah, it's been the last 2 years have been really. It makes you think. Like last year, driving up to Rhode Island.
Right.
I drove to those games, and it's like you're driving past all these rinks we played up as a youth. I'm like, hey, this is the last time I'm going to be up here.
Right.
Last week, yesterday, last time I'm going to be at West Virginia.
Right.
More than likely, last time I'm going to be here. Like, I like this area. Don't get me wrong, but I'm probably not going to be driving up here after he's done playing, unless he's coaching or playing something else. But it's been really nice having him play here, get some ice time. Hanzo and you guys have done a really good job, not just turning him into a player, but a good human being, and for the after the hockey.
Afterward, yep. So I guess it's like what's it been like, Zach growing up? What's some of his traits? He's not that you see, but in the locker room, he's pretty loud. He's kind of the life of the room sometimes, especially last year wearing the C. Yeah, right. So what's it kind of been like? Some of the traits of Zach growing up, and what's that been like?
So all coming up throughout youth, either in travel or he's always had a letter on him from probably 12 youth up. Between baseball and hockey, he's always been I would say, more of a quiet leader. Lead by example. He's not going to be the guy, I don't think, that will get into your face and, hey, get your stuff together, man. It's going to be like, hey, here's what we need to do.
Right.
But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I hear him on the ice chirping. His mouth runs 100 miles a minute, and his mouth runs 100 miles a minute at home, too.
Yeah, I bet. So he's a middle child, correct? If you second?
Third of four.
Right, so what's that? I mean, you got an older son.
I have two older sons.
And then Zach, and then a younger daughter. What's that kind of dynamic been like? I mean, older sons play hockey or no?
No, he's the only hockey player in the family. The oldest brother played some baseball. The brother right above him played football for 1 year, but he's been more of the scholar.
Yeah.
He already has his master's and stuff.
Nice.
He's been of all the kids, the best athlete of the family. And then my daughter's just going to school, loving it up, and being in college.
Did you ever play?
Actually, funny thing is, I played baseball and soccer and skied, and I learned to play ice hockey at like 32, just so I could spend some ice time with him. So
that's awesome.
I suck, but hey, we have a good time.
Start somewhere,
right?
He
plays beer league with us in the summer. The guys love him.
That's awesome.
It's like you see guys that play at 70 and 80 years old.
Oh, yeah.
You're out there with the guys enjoying, and that's what it's all about.
Right. What kind of got him into hockey growing up?
I actually used to have Bears season tickets with the company I owned.
Yep.
The Hershey Bears, AHL, they're great. So inside of that, they had the Junior Bears, and that's actually where he started playing, was in their in-house program.
Nice.
And he actually started playing as a goalie.
Oh, wow.
And because it rolled right into with baseball. He couldn't skate worth a lick when he was little, but he could catch.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll put you in net and you'll catch. And then from there, he went to a forward for a few years, and then he morphed into a defenseman probably early junior high.
That's awesome.
And then from there, now he's where he is now.
I got one more question about Zach, okay? Past 2 years actually, wore the letter on his chest here. Kind of this year, changed some new faces into a letter role. What was your kind of opinion on that? It's watching him lead the team 2 years in a row to back-to-back championships. Now, coming back as a fifth year and without a letter on his chest, still a leader in the room. What are your kind of thoughts on that?
Yeah, so we talked about it a little. Got his thoughts on how that went down and things like that. And basically, I told him, like, hey man, I know you're not a letter, but you were captain at IUP for a
Right.
few years, so you get it. It's a heavy letter.
It is.
So it comes with a lot of leadership and responsibility, and you can't necessarily always play your game.
Right.
Because you always have the
You're worrying
backside.
about everything
You have to worry
else.
about everything else.
Yep.
So like, what he said is like, hey, I'm still going to be here for the boys if they need me. Fairman and those guys, they can pick my brain, but I'll be a quiet leader, lead from afar. But if they get out of line, I'm going to say, hey guys, we can't be doing this.
For sure. Yeah.
But like he said, this has been a fun year for him because he's been able to go out and play.
Right?
Because it's my last year of hockey. Like,
Right.
I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be like, make this a year I'm going to remember.
Right.
Hopefully we get where we want to be. End of February, early March. It looks like we have a good chance to get there.
Yeah, I actually had a few conversations with him in the beginning of the year, especially in the off season here. Mentioning that kind of like you can just kind of go out and play. And these first couple weeks here, I think he's been tremendous on the defensive end. I think he's kind of just settled into a role where he's not having to worry about all that other kind of stuff, and he can just go out and make some plays. I guess my last question for you: what are your thoughts on this year's team? Where do you think you kind of see us towards the end of the year, come February?
So,
what are your hopes?
Well, obviously we all know where our hopes are. Let's not get too far ahead.
Right.
We don't want to mention that. But I think we have a very talented team. I think this team could go far. Obviously, we all want to see CHMA and get to St. Louis in March. I think across the board, we're a deeper team than we've been in previous years. Maybe not top defensively,
Right.
But across all four lines, I think we're a better team. Hopefully, we just don't shit the bed like we've done in previous years.
No doubt, yep. Well, thanks, Hawks fans. We got another CHMA matchup here tonight against Duquesne. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good night. I hope this is enjoyable for you.
Hello, my name is Josh Yates and welcome to the CHMA pregame show. Last night, your IUP Crimson Hawks got their first taste of CHMA action against the WVU Mountaineers, and tonight they will face the Duquesne Dukes for their first meeting of the season. This is how the CHMA standings are shaping up after the first couple of matches within the division. The Dukes are hoping for a better outcome than they did in the season series last year against IUP. The Hawks got the better of them twice in their season series, 11-1 and 8-3. Goaltending has played such a huge role in the early success of the Hawks. The goaltending tandem of Shane Paremba and Connor Halper has kept the Hawks in games and ultimately gives them the momentum they need to perform on the scoring side of the ice. Earlier in the week, we caught up with Halper, who's manning the blue paint tonight for the Hawks.
I try to keep it very casual. I like to throw the football around and just prepare lightly. Eat light, salmon.
We will soon see how Halper handles the Dukes tonight in the CHMA tilt. That'll do it for the pregame show here tonight. Your IUP Crimson Hawks are ready to skate it out against the Dukes. I'll send it up to Alex and I for the call. No anthem? The Hawks' harshest critics in attendance tonight. It's the IUP Dads Trip. We're getting ready to go here for puck drop here at Duquesne University. Before we get ahead of myself, my name is Josh Yates. With me, Alex Duffalo for the IUP Hockey Network. So we have our second game of the weekend here in CHMA play. Of course, last night, IUP coming in clutch. They're in crunch time and took the win against WVU. And we're going to see some more CHMA action here tonight. There's no national anthem or no starting lineups that were announced here tonight. So for the Crimson Hawks, the starting line out there, it's going to be Adams, Johnson, and Malloy, backed by Maddox, Rearick, Zach Soy, and in the net, it's going to be Connor Halpert. So it looks like we might be looking for a puck, which is a pretty crucial piece of equipment for this game, don't you think, Alex?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I can't imagine that they would. There they are.
Hey, we found a puck. We found a puck, everybody.
Can't imagine it. They would have too much trouble going around and finding one somewhere. You just look behind the glass. There would be something tucked away in a net. You never know. It's like whenever we'd be playing baseball growing up, Josh, and there'd be a baseball at the top of the hitting cage that somebody had to get eventually. As here we go. There's first puck drop. IUP wins it.
Back to collect it. Zach Zoy looking up ice, trying to start it early. Duquesne trying to get in the win column here early in the season. A 1-8-1 start to their year. 1-2 in conference play as they beat John Carroll last weekend. So IUP looking to kill a little bit of that conference momentum that they might have gained against the Blue Streaks. As Duquesne setting up early here in the zone. It's Baskinger at the top. He throws one, misses high. Soy in the near corner, dancing around. Finds his partner, now Soy behind Halpert. Maddox Rearick lofted pass into neutral ice. Duquesne unable to corral it. Malloy now on that forecheck. Back there, Baskinger. Gives it to his partner, Finn Moss. Finn Moss looking up the ice now. It's batted down right in the Hawk zone now with some speed. Kirkvold throws one in, block shot by Donovan. There's that top scoring line for the Hawks. It's Fairman, Miller, and Jace Rearick. See if they can get something started here in their first shift of the evening. There's a tip in by Fairman at the center line.
I'm liking the Hawks pacing so far out on the ice. They're doing well in filling in the passing lanes, taking away a lot from Duquesne as it is already in this game.
There's Jace Rearick on the right side. He has it on the right wing, trying to turn it around for Miller. That try stopped. Now here's Donovan at the point. He throws one in. Lane blocked, centering feed, nobody on the other side. Now Schmelzer trying to stop that rush. Donovan's going to collect the loose puck. Duquesne's going to get a quick change out. Now here's Fairman in the zone, trying to cut it right up the middle, but he's stopped in there by Lewis.
Good try there. There was a line change that they almost got caught off guard on.
Here's Lakaitis back in his own zone. He gives it to Schmelzer. Schmelzer up the ice. Tries to feed Loza. He had it all alone, but he was unable to corral it. Now he's down below the goal line. Filson trying to disrupt their try now as well. Now taking it into the zone is Lewis. Filson got a stick on it though. Lane blocked by Burkett. Another stretch feed trying to hit Loza. Now Loza taking it on the right side. Excuse me, that's Filson. Filson takes his shot, stopped by Gagne.
Close chance on that
Another
rebound
one from
there.
the point, sticked away. Loza on the corner, the Hawks are buzzing. Here's Burkett now on the right wing. He backhands it down deeper. Burkett stood up on that right wing. Filson down in the corner, trying to swipe it up high for Lakaitis, but Duquesne stopped it there. 17-19 to play here in the first. Out to neutral ice, Lakaitis collects. He tried to spring Tudich up on the opposing blue line. Now on the other end is Ethan George. George feeds it forward for Smith, now into neutral ice again. There's Jacob Gray reversing it back down into the offensive zone. Hoffman doing his fair share of mucking down there. Now coming up the left side, there's Tucker. He takes it right up the middle. Hoffman on the back check. He's jarred the puck loose. Now it's out of the zone. Here goes Solomon. He has it right up the middle. Taking his shot. Glove saved by Gagne. I think he thought it was behind him, but he did get enough of it to keep it out of the net.
I think he almost thought it went in.
Yeah.
He had that look to the heavens look after it snuck by him, thinking, oh, thank God. But here's another try.
Yeah, Hoffman, the lone hawk down there, just maintaining possession of the puck. A great grinder. He's held to the boards there, though. Malloy with a miscommunication here the other way. Here's Flock on the right wing, sticked away by Maddox Rear. He takes a spill as well. Tied up in that far corner, loose puck in center ice. Now there's a one-time try, stopped in the lane by Soy. Jordan Adams punched it down a little further for Soy. Now up high, Lloyd reverses it back down in the zone. Lloyd again, trying to dance it in. Pad save by Halpert. Fumbling puck in close, it bounced out. IUP trying to get control, and now they're at the loose puck, 2-on-1 the other way if they hurry. Malloy and Adams. Adams, left wing. Throws on the brakes and he's tripped up, no call. Malloy picks up the loose puck though, turns it around. He's trying to hit Johnson on the back door.
Good look.
Malloy down deep in the corner. Adams fighting for it behind the net as well. Adams coming away with it. On his knees right in front. Great save by Gagne. Slapper from the left wing. That one's trapped in between the skates of Gagne. That's the first stoppage, I believe, since the initial puck drop, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think you're right. Almost 5 minutes continuous play there, and the boys are buzzing around. They're like a swarm of bees going after this puck. Once you see one black jersey on it, there's about 3 more tapping the ice, waiting for a pass.
There's 4 registered shots for IUP. It certainly feels like more. Schmelzer from the point, block shot by Lombardo. Here's Duquesne the other way. They have a 3-on-2. Johnson's on that back check, though. Backhand try by Medallo. Nobody there on the back door. Johnson fighting for it on the near wall. Tried to center it, Duquesne was, but it's intercepted by Malloy with some speed now. Cutting up into the offensive zone. He stood up there. Now Donovan down low, below the goal line, excuse me. Johnson to Schmelzer. Schmelzer throws a lofted one in, looking for a tip. Malloy almost got it, though. Adams to Donovan. Donovan from the point. He hits Malloy on the left wing. That try is held up there by Alex Golden, and now it's into neutral ice.
And Malloy's got to get back behind the line here.
He tags up. There's a quick shot. It's a blocker save by Gagne.
Oh, great job by Fairman to get back up to the ice.
He's still fighting for it from his knees. Now Miller taking it right back into the zone. Backhands it for Fairman. Fairman on the left wing. He takes his shot, saved by Gagne. Fumbling puck in close. Now it's broken loose. So there's a whistle at 13:54.
I think the net's slightly off its moorings.
And Gagne certainly hit that post pretty hard.
Wow, them things are in there pretty tight. That,
Yeah.
that net, I saw it lift up a little bit, and it's still in good shape.
Face off on the left dot, won by Duquesne. Barger clears the zone, but it's immediately sent back in by Allwine. Soft dump by Duquesne. Burkett racing for it. He sends it right back through neutral ice. Jace Rearick was unable to get a piece of it, so we will see icing.
Liking these long passes they're throwing down the ice. I mean, I think that might be the first icing of the game for IUP, but I would much rather them get a few icings a game and continuously look for that cross-ice, long-ice pass like they have been.
Face-off won by Duquesne, sent deeper into IUP zone. Allwine glued to the backboard. Burkett tried to advance it forward for Fairman. Turnaround shot, pad save. Another one thrown in behind the net. Here's Allwine. Down deep, Miller coming to scoop it up. Throwing it off the glass behind the defenseman. I don't know if he meant to do that, but here's Jace Rearick into the zone. Great defensive stick that was by Ethan George. Now down low, Miller trying to hit Fairman. As Baskinger trying to slow it up. There's George up the left side. Taking it into the zone is Duquesne. It's Colin Browning. He's glued to the boards, and now it's in on the crease. But Halpert is able to glue it down. 13:09 to go here in the first period. 6-4, the shot counter currently sits in IUP's favor. Face off to the left of Halpert. It's Loza taking this draw. Tied up and picked up by Maddox Rearick. Soy spinning backwards in that near corner, giving it to his partner Maddox. Maddox looking up ice now. He's going to skate it a little bit more for himself. He's trying to spring Filson a little bit. Now Filson trying to disrupt this Duquesne rush. Taking it into the zone. It's Casile. And right back out by Filson. So Olshansky passing it to his defensive pairing. Loza holding the zone. Giving it to Tudich. Right through the middle, takes his shot, and it was blocked in the lane by Liam Mooney. Filson trying to hold it in, unable to. Casile on that red line now taking it in. Olshansky, right wing. Down low, Flock has it, but he loses control. Now here's Maddox Rearick, 3-on-2 the other direction. Maddox Rearick, Tudich on his tail, as well as Filson hitting that slot. Maddox Rearick, goal line. Feeds it into the center. Filson was almost there. Seems he Loza. Now Donovan at the point, dancing around. He shows off some puck skills.
Yeah, that was kind of dirty. You don't see that from Donovan too often.
There's a shot from the right wing. Blocker save. He didn't know where it's at right in front of him. It landed. Now back into neutral ice. Duquesne has control.
Good pressure here on the forecheck.
On the blue line, LaRue sends it all the way down. Donovan tipping it for Gray. Gray down in that corner, but on the other side is Lombardo. Centering, feeding close. Blocker save by Halpert. Hoffman going the other way with some speed. Galloping through neutral ice. He takes it on the left side. Now below the net. Tried to hit Schmelzer at the blue line, but a ill-advised pass to O'Kane, now going the other direction. Lombardo taking it into the zone. Solomon able to pick his pocket. And it's Hoffman at center ice. Hoffman stood up in that penalty box. And Donovan back to control in the other end. It's a huge hit there in center ice.
Yeah, he took it like a champ, though. I mean, he was back up in about 0.2 seconds.
Taking it into the zone, Ethan George, he takes his shot right into the chest of Halpert. The center rebound was pushed to the corner. There's another one in close deflection, blocked in the lane by Schmelzer. Adams hits Malloy. Now Malloy and Adams, 2-on-1 the other way. Adams hits Malloy. Malloy all alone, backhand, makes his move, but he misses to the left. Johnson picks up the rebound down low. They're going to call it offsides. Lukaitis just drug it on the other side of that blue paint.
That was some beautiful give-and-go passing all the way down the ice between Adams and Malloy there.
Yeah, just two forwards that have been playing on the line together for so long. They know the chemistry that they have with each other, and you know where the blade of each other's sticks are going to be at all times, and it certainly showed off there.
Yeah, a whole lot of generosity going down. Nobody wanted to take it for themselves. No you, I insist you.
IUP offsides after that loose puck. So now it's whistled. 10-14 to go here in the first period. The shot counter currently sits 6-7 in favor of IUP. Neutral zone draw. Won by Duquesne. They're taking it right back into the zone.
And another
whistled
offside.
down.
A whole lot of antsy players here, looking to get that little slight edge. I can relate with soccer. I played soccer in high school. There was definitely a time where you're trying to cheat that flag guy on the end.
Another neutral zone draw. Johnson taking this one. It's tied up and pushed back down into IUP zone. Halpert's going to hop out of his crease and keep it alive.
Halpert's done a great job tonight so far with his rebound control. You usually see him kind of put him off towards the side or towards the back of the net. But he's done a great job of keeping it either right in front of him or just a foot away. Shane Miller with a great turnover.
He missed the net a little high. Now Miller down low again. He has it on the goal line, gives it to Jace Rearick. Tries to center it for Hunter Fairman. It does fumble in on Gagne's glove. And he'll glue it down. 9:33 to play here in the first period. Still 6-7, the shot counter sits. Miller taking this draw to the left of Gagne. One straight back for Fairman. Fairman tips it to Soy. Soy's just going to dump it down deeper into the zone. Sent in on net, in close, fumbling puck. Now it comes loose. Soy from the right wing takes one in. Now going the other way, Medallo trying to start the rush. Soy has it down in his own zone though. Hunter Fairman takes a spill in the middle of the ice. Now here's Soy carrying it all the way down. Has it on his backhand, trying to spring Jace Rearick. Miller glued to that end wall. Now it comes loose, still Miller has control. He takes another hit. Still with control, he's fighting Medallo. Great show of effort there by Miller. Still from the seat of his pants had control. Now Duquesne going the other direction.
You're gonna have to use a Dyson or what are they called? Shot vac. You're gonna have to use a shot vac to pull that puck off Shane Miller when he's got it in his possession.
It's a backhand try, pad save by Halpert. That was off the stick of Wolshansky. Soy shoveling it for Maddox Rearick. He's just gonna get a little soft dump into neutral ice. Fumbling now. See if Fairman can gain control. Now Jace Rearick. Oh, they whistled him offside. A golden opportunity for the Hawks. This was a little bit of a late hit by Hunter Fairman. So, of course, these squads have so much CHMA history that they're going to, of course, have some discussion after the whistle.
And that hurts. We had a great rush there and unfortunate offside call, but no matter what. Oh, it looks like they're sending Fairman off the ice.
They are taking Fairman for a penalty. So we will see for the first time of the evening the IUP penalty kill. Let's see what penalty killing unit is sent out first for the Hawks. It's going to be Johnson, Donovan, Hoffman, and Schmelzer. It looks like now they're just trying to sort out the penalty minutes on the board. .8:23 remain here in the first period. Quite the turnout in IUP's favor, I should say, especially on the road. They say the Hawks travel well, but I didn't know they traveled this well.
Yeah, I mean,
Dad's trip. Everybody's got to show off for the dad's trip.
I mean, we got signs over there like it's a WWE event. I mean, it's looking great.
Now here's Duquesne's power play opportunity on that right wing. Medallo has it now. Then at the point, Lloyd. Lloyd feeding Flock down low, but he lost control. Schmelzer trying to get a dump out, and it does clear the zone. See if Hoffman can hustle. As they are whistled offsides, as that one just sort of shuffled below into the zone. Boy, we were getting antsy up here. We saw Hoffman
He was
sort of
cooking.
just gunning it for that loose puck.
He can fly sometimes.
Yeah, that's why he's such a good penalty killer, is he really does just leave it all out there every shift that he gets.
And trust me, you can tell when you get back on the bus. Kid's half asleep already 10 minutes into the ride.
30 seconds already off of that penalty. Assessed to Hunter Fairman. Taking it up the left side, Loy's going to take it into the zone as well. Right into the middle, but that chance stopped. There's a centering shot. Bad save by Halpert. Medallo at the point. Cycling it down low, then straight back up high for Flock. Hits his man on the goal line, takes a short angle shot.
Hawks are doing a great job here. Nobody's getting too far out of position. They're holding that box formation.
Lombardo hit Rich. Now from the point again, Medallo right wing. Hits Rich on the goal line. Takes a shot below the net. Behind the net, I should say. Now down low on the goal line again. Tried to hit that cross ice pass for Medallo. Again, Lloyd at the point. Trying to hit the man in the slot, but Donovan just clogging up that lane, and a great clear by Hoffman as this unit needs to get off. There's 30 seconds left in the penalty kill. A little collision in front of the bench, too. So now there's a new unit out for the Hawks. It's Maddox Rear, Zach Soy, Chase Malloy, and Shane Miller, as there's 15 seconds left to kill on that power play for Duquesne. We see Fairman getting antsy, standing up there in the box. Trying to center that all the way through was Lewis. See if IUP can jar it a little bit loose. Because now that power play expires. Pad saving close. That was their last good opportunity. We're back to 5-on-5. Now there's a little tussle down below the net. See if IUP can regain control. On the right wing, Duquesne has, they cycle it up high. They do hold the zone. Now Malloy. It's Fairman all alone. Here he goes. 1-on-0. Goes to his forehand. He just lost control of the puck, but a great possession down in the zone either way. Big hit there by Shane Miller. Now here's a chance. Fairman and Miller. Miller trying to take it all the way in. It's dancing in Gagne's paint. He's able to glue it down there. He was in a full split position making that save. I
don't even know who we would have gave that to if it went in the back of the net. Miller and Fairman were both there.
Got a piece of it, yeah.
It almost looked like it just shot off the both of them. Definitely, if you can't pick it up over the mics that we have, there's some chirping going on between these benches back and forth next to each other. We apologize if anything negative or profanities are picked up at all.
No, they were just letting each other know how good they're playing, of course. They just wanted to spread some positivity.
So humble. So humble.
Now neutralized, Burkett has it. Gives it for Allwine. Allwine springs Hoffman center ice.
Nice
a little spin move. Solomon just sliding it in on Gagne, and he's going to stick it away. Now LaRue trying to start the rush on his own. Soft dump into the zone. Gray unable to glove it down. Burkett has control. Throws it off the boards for Solomon. And he'll backhand it down into the offensive zone.
Big hit.
Gray again gluing his guy to that backboard.
Oh, and Gray's
couple of guys on the ice.
Good.
Yeah, it looks like he caught an elbow up high, centering feet in close. Filson trying to get that last stick. Did fumble in on Gray's equipment as he was still wincing in pain.
Found its way back to him in there, over there in the corner.
These squad's getting a little scrappy. Allwine down low, centering feed for Duquesne. Lloyd looked well offsides, but they're going to say no. So he took a shot that went right into that.
And we got a takedown.
Big Hawks logo. Yep. Burkett getting involved a little bit. And these two benches right in front of us just jarring at each other.
Back and forth. This is conference play for you.
This is CHMA hockey. Of course, it's Chase Malloy getting his fair share of words as well.
Oh, he absolutely will. It doesn't matter where.
Face off to the right of Halpert. 4:30 to go here in the first period. Still scoreless, 11-10 on the shot counter in favor of Duquesne now. Face off out into neutral ice. Filson getting his active hands going on the forecheck, trying to stop this lane.
Great work by Schmelzer.
Yeah, just taking his man to the board there and disrupting that chance. And great little
That was an awesome
the
chip.
other way. Yeah.
That was cool.
Loza trying to start it up. Here's Duquesne the other direction, though, looking up ice, or the Dukes. He's unable to hit his streaking man through center ice. It's going to be Schmelzer back to collect for the Hawks.
Just about even here on shots. 11 for Duquesne and 10 for IUP. We might even it up here.
Tudich's try was sticked away right there by Baskinger. Now Rich has it on his blade. So take it through neutral ice. Loft it all the way down behind Halpert.
Quite the dump behind the net, if you ask me.
Schmelzer trying to hit Malloy. There's a big hit down here as well. Schmelzer and Lloyd getting at it on the other end of the ice. Excuse me, Schmelzer and Rich. We have a whistle. Schmelzer laughing it off, licking his chops. Can't wait for number 20, Rich, to get back on the ice. But he is heading to the box. I think, I could be mistaken, but I think that might be the first penalty he's taken as a Hawk. He's a very disciplined defenseman.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't really see him in the box ever. But, I mean, that's a hurtful loss. He's great on that second line. So we'll see how they can kill this off for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's great on the kill as well. So certainly the Hawks are going to miss him on that first unit. But it's Soy and Maddox Rear, the first defensive pairing, backed by Hoffman and Johnston. We got a pretty quick whistle after that draw as it slid all the way down.
70.
And they're taking Soy now. They're sending him off the ice. Again, we're very unsure why. But Soy has just been escorted off the ice with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the second period.
I
Excuse
mean,
me, first period.
The penalty they have up right now is a 2 minute.
Right, it's 2 minutes to whatever the Soy penalty is.
And Soy opened that door back up for himself. He said, I'm coming back in. I'm coming back in.
And that penalty box over there, not too big. And we do have both of our other goaltenders, that, of course, Schrader and Halpert. Johnson's off the ice as well. So we'll let this get all sorted out. Johnson's pleading his case to the officials, well as Soy at that locker room door. So currently it is still Schmelzer in the box. Nobody in the box for Duquesne, mind you.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Must have been something said down there on the ice, but I can't imagine Soy or Johnson both said something so vulgar that got him thrown out this early.
But I understand Schmelzer in the box because of the tussle that he had down on the other end of the ice.
Oh, absolutely.
But Johnston and Soy, at least
this early in the game?
Right, and at least in our four eyes, we were unable to see what was said, what was done, or what happened on the ice between Soy and Johnston to be sent off the ice. But currently there are only 3 Hawks on the ice and 5 for Duquesne.
Now a fourth.
Yeah, we see Maddox Rearick heading over there now. So again, we'll wait and hear at the period break what happened with those 2 players, and of course we'll update you guys as well. If that means they're just out for the period or out for the game, we are yet to know, but we will update you once we know.
Looks like the head guy's talking to Hanzo right now.
Somebody wasn't feeling good.
Looks like we might be getting back to some play here.
And a very much unsatisfied look on Hanzo's face as he turns around and heads towards his bench. But see what the Hawks can do here.
Our second penalty kill opportunity of the evening. See if they can get it started now. Medalo takes it into the zone, dumps it down deep into that corner. Maddox Rear trying to fight his man off as well as Fairman. Miller gluing his man to the glass as well. He kicks the puck free and takes it out of the zone. But Duquesne had to tag up before they touched.
Come on, boys, spread out!
Miller gets a backhand dump all the way down. Here's Fairman with some speed. He has control of the puck. See if he can fight that man off. Hold him to his backhand. He's tripped up. We might see a penalty shot. There was a rebound try by Fairman. That one was jarred to the corner as well. We'll wait and see what happens here. Either way, IUP going to get a little bit of their get back after those two confusing send-offs. So we'll wait and see. Again, there is somebody heading to the box for Duquesne. I believe it's Tristan Lloyd, the Jeanette native. He's got an A on his chest for the Dukes as well. So we are now still on the penalty kill, it looks like. No.
No, we should be even up.
We should be even 4-on-4.
I don't happen to know where our fourth guy is. Oh, there he goes. Here comes Burkett.
So it's Miller at the dot there. The four out there, it's going to be Donovan, Burkett, Miller, and Fairman.
Great win by Miller. Oh, he was almost able to get a quick shot off there.
Trying to take it in right off the draw.
Oh, lazy turnover mid-ice.
Fairman trying to dance it into the paint. Spun away by the Duke's defenseman. That's a...
Say that five times fast.
A little bit of alliteration. Yeah. Back in his own zone, Finn Moss has it. Passes up to Mooney. Mooney loses control of it. Fairman on that forecheck. Back to Moss. Moss below the goal line, stood up by Fairman. Duquesne still has control though. Fairman, another hit. Another one, Fairman just laying his body on the line.
He's out for blood.
A lot of Hawks hitting the ice. The hand does go up. You can see in the corner there the Fairman squad giving them some love after a great shift there. He's now heading off the ice. There's another man heading to the box for Duquesne. That's going to be Nicholas Olshansky. So we should be 4-on-3 for 25 seconds until Schmelzer is back on the ice. And again, our penalty clock on our broadcast is not always going to be accurately updated, so I will talk you through it. Here's Jace Rearick to Maddox Rearick. Maddox Rearick at the point now. Backhand to Jace, tries for the one-timer, just missed it. Takes it to that backboard.
I think he just took his head off that puck a little too soon.
A lot of ice to work with. Here's Maddox Rearick. Low slot, takes it all the way and takes a shot. Glove saved by Gagne.
Ooh. That's a dangerous spot when you give him that much time to set up and try to pick a corner like that, but great stop in net.
Of course, as I mentioned just before, a lot of ice to work with, and that allowed Maddox Rearick to take that opportunity and skate it all the way in that close. There's that draw.
And here
one
comes
straight
Schmelzer.
back. Schmelzer is now out of the box.
He's going to head straight to the bench.
Yep, he swaps out with Fairman. So it will be 5-on-3 for 40 more seconds. Down below the net, Jace Rearick has it. Spins it to the point for Malloy. Malloy to Fairman, right point. He's dancing it in. Back to Malloy, one-timer. Glove save and kicked away.
20 seconds!
Now here's Malloy back at the point. Fairman. Jace Rearick left wing. Tries to hit it in close for his brother. 13 seconds remain until we're at 5-on-4. 45 seconds in the period. Fairman at the point. Wrist shot, glove save, and it goes behind the net. At least clipped off of Gagne's glove. Miller back to Malloy. Malloy right wing now. 5-on-4. That man's out of the box. Fairman takes it to the right wing. Cross ice feed. Shot by Jace Rearick on that left wing. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Malloy trying to hit Jace all the way in that far corner. Malloy below the goal line. Duquesne tries to get it clear. Goes up into the netting. So we have 11.5 seconds remaining in the period with 22 seconds remaining. The IUP power play. Still scoreless. Feels like there's a lot of energy on both sides of the ice, but I should say it certainly feels like a home game for the Hawks.
Absolutely.
Here's Loza taking the draw. Straight down, Tudic comes away with it. He's below the goal line and hit into that end wall.
Oh, big tumble from both Hawks.
A couple of bodies hitting the ice. Schmelzer unable to control it, and that is the end of the first period. And must I say, seems like a little bit of a sigh of relief from this Duquesne bench as there was so much pressure for IUP. They were just unable to net one, but the Hawks will come back in the second period with an extra man on the ice for 11 seconds. And of course, Hawks gonna go game plan and see what kind of energy they can get with their dads in the building and come back out for the second period.
I think they did a great job also of covering the passing lanes today. Well, at least in this first period, more than they did yesterday. A lot of times some longer passes were getting through, but I don't think I've seen Duquesne able to get a step ahead our defense or get behind or open anything long up. They have to do these short little crispy passes, and it's leading to a lot of turnovers, which is going in IUP's favor. And I think that will reflect in the scoreboard here eventually.
With that, for the IUP Hockey Network, my name is Josh Yates. With me, Alex Duffalo. We're still scoreless here at Duquesne. Welcome back, everybody, to the second period of play here on the IUP Hockey Network. We're still scoreless against the Duquesne Dukes. We have learned that Spencer Johnson is done for the evening, and Zach Soy was served with a 10-minute game misconduct penalty. So he was just sent off the ice because of the little amount of time that was left on the game clock. So he'll be in there, if I'm ballparking, but I think around 7 or so minutes.
Yeah, but
because they got sent off with about 3 minutes left, somewhere around there. So he'll be in the box for a good portion of this second period, and then he'll be back eligible to play.
that little amount of time taken off, that total 10 minutes, is going to be huge, though. They're not playing a full half of the period.
Yeah.
They'll still have 3 minutes added
His legs will be fresh, too, once he comes out. Of course, IUP is on the power play for 11 seconds. Very loud barn here for just the second CHMA game for the Hawks. Of course, IUP now attacking from right to left, wearing the black sweaters, red pants. Duquesne wearing white and blue, going from left to right. Here's a centering feed. Fairman takes his shot, misses to the left.
Great look on the inside there, pushing up on the side of the ice.
Here's Medallo the other direction, takes it into the zone, holds it on his backhand. He tries it. Halpert has an answer. We are back to 5-on-5. So there's 19:35 to play here in the second period. The shot counter currently sits 13-12 in favor of the Hawks. And we were just talking, off air, that it certainly feels like they should have more because the possession time has got to be near double or triple in favor of IUP.
Yeah, they've just been able to move the puck so cleanly and fluidly amongst each other, but it doesn't seem like they're finding the right shot opportunities at the end of all the passing work they've done. Oh.
Fairman stood up right at center ice. He didn't have the puck either, but it does look like a clean hit. That one shuffled in. 2 pad saves by Halpert and a broken twig down here.
And we're going to get called for a slash here.
Just a lot of kind of sloppy hockey since the last 5 minutes of the first period. A lot of hitting, a lot of after whistle action. But just like that, Jace Rierick is sent to the box for 2 minutes, slashing. So we'll get this graphic ready to go. And there it is.
Quick draw, kick back for Duquesne as they're going to pass it around.
Have it in the neutral zone now. Of course, the Dukes unsuccessful on their previous power play attempts. And sprung forward, Donovan sticking away. It's going to be a tough job to try and take him down.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he would have been better off going for the puck instead of trying to go for Donovan's body. Miscommunication here.
Yeah, that one sprung out into the blue paint. Of course, there was some Hawks defensemen able to help out. Taking it into the zone now, Finn Moss has on the left wing, centering feed, blocked in the lane by Lokaitis. There's a turnaround shot from below the goal line, and it was kicked away by Halpert. And that did come off its pegs in that exchange. 1:21 remain here on the penalty kill for the Hawks. The 4 out there, it's Lokaitis, Hoffman, Donovan, and Malloy. Hoffman taking this draw to the left of Halpert. Going up against Lombardo. Lokaitis tried to get the clear, hit right off of the shell of Malloy. Malloy now off the bench. Heading to the bench, I should say. Back in their own zone, Duquesne has it a minute already off of that penalty. Coming up the ice now, Lloyd.
Great pass.
Yeah. It's Corey trying to go into the zone, but he stood up right there by Lokaitis. Donovan trying to clear it out. Sullivan fighting for it as well. They will get the clear. Miller hustling forward. It's a foot race, Miller and Lloyd. Lloyd certainly feels 57's presence on his back. He cycled it around. Solomon had it now, down low. He was trying to feed Miller. Just doing a great job killing that clock. 35 seconds remain here on the penalty. Still down in the Duke zone. Miller just doing a great job as there's a huge hit on the blue line. Miller the other direction. Has on his forehand and he scores! Just like that. Solomon was stood up on the blue line and it jarred the puck loose. We talk about how Miller, right place, right time, was there to pick up the loose puck. Scores 1-0.
And Sullivan pretty much the sacrificial lamb at the blue line there, taking a hit, losing the puck, and out of the chaos, Miller was able to spring out of it with the puck. And I mean, he did a great job of, I mean, he didn't really throw any dekes in there, nothing crazy, just waited patiently for an opening to open up, and he fired it right through the wickets.
Shorthanded goal for the Hawks. Able to get the first tally on the board for both teams. Now here's Duquesne the other way. A quick shot on, shoulder saved by Halpert. He was tested for his 18th time of the evening.
It's about to get real chippy here,
yeah.
Josh.
I think that's Hoffman in the mix.
Hoffman and then Schmelzer.
Schmelzer, yeah. Schmelzer having quite the vocal game, not typical of him.
Yeah, they must be really getting under his skin today.
He's played great so far, though, tonight. He might be one of those guys that sort of feeds off of that energy. Either way, 15 seconds remain on that penalty assessed to Jace Rearick. IUP still on the penalty kill.
And the refs are like, come on, boys, let's get this face-off underway.
Loza taking the neutral zone draw. It's won by Duquesne. Shuffles in on Halper, but he pushes it to the outside. Holding the zone is the Dukes. That one jumps out into neutral ice, though. Tied up on the blue line over there. Excuse me, a Hawk and a Duke. It's Tudich that came away from it. We are back to full strength. Duquesne intercepting that pass. That was Tucker. Donovan has it down below the net, throws it off the boards, trying to hit Tudich on the center line. That one all the way in on Gagne. 16:45 to play here in the first period. That one all the way down, no icing.
Halpert frustrated with no icing call on that one.
Schmelzer to Tudich at the center line. Tudich did get a piece, so no icing the other way either. We'll hit the back of the cage, seeing if IUP can spring an opportunity from it. The other way, a foot race. It's Maddox Rearick and Ethan George. That one does shuffle in on net. Halpert keeps it alive. Now Duquesne settling in their own zone. Of course, IUP disrupting every chance. That centering feed, Loza had his man tied up. Maddox Rearick receiving it in that far corner. He chips it forward and out of the zone.
Great win by Loza.
Yeah, Loza able to grab control and take it down in deep. Allows for the Hawks to get a change. Malloy trying to disrupt it. Now here comes Duquesne the other direction. Pushing it down in deep is Vitodian. That one off the end wall, right into Halpert's glove. Shot counter 18-15 in Duquesne's favor.
Hawks slowly bringing that a little bit closer as time's dwindling by. Soy's still a little impatient over there, that's for sure. Every time I look over, he's leaning over that guardrail, ready to hop over.
Kept in by the Dukes. Jordan Adams had some speed, though.
Big hit!
Yeah. It's whistled down immediately.
And that's Hoffman coming in, letting them know.
They hit Liam Mooney at the blue line. Hoffman grinning as he goes back to that face-off dot. He wins it straight back for his men. Maddox Rearick looking up ice now. Trying to stretch it for Adams, and I saw the vision, but it was stopped in the lane by Ekdahl. Excuse me, Mooney, that was. Here's Hoffman down at the right wing now. He gives it to Adams. Adams circling it, trying to hit Lakaitis in the left wing. Lakaitis getting on that back check, tying his man up, and a great defensive play to just knock it loose. So that was Casil taking it down in deep. Adams still poking for it. Maddox Rearick took a spill, but he remains control. Duquesne holding the zone, of course, not without a hit from Hoffman. I think they're going to whistle down for a hand pass.
Great work by the Hawks here so far.
Some new personnel head on the ice for both squads. It's Burkett, Schmelzer, Rearick, Fairman, and Miller for the Crimson and Black. 1-0 the score, 15:04 to play here in the second period. Face-off won by Duquesne. They're going to send it down in deep, but it's stopped by Burkett. There's Rearick on the blue line. Duquesne is offsides, but they were able to tag out Burkett, feeding Fairman. A nice little
Great move by Fairman.
See if he can spring it and remain control there. Duquesne, was able to stop the rush. Fairman trying to hit his man up high. Schmelzer gets at the blue line. Dumps it down in deeper, rimmed around for Fairman. Fairman has it below the goal line. He hits Jace Rierick. Now dancing from the left wing. He targets up high and it hit the corner post. Another try. That one misses wide by Burkett.
Time and time again, we see that from Jace Rierick.
That one all the way down. Burkett has it and backhands it all the way around.
Schmelzer, sandwiched.
And they say it's offsides. That was Schmelzer and Tudich with a little combined hit there.
Yeah, those ones hurt because you're in the middle. You're just the conductor between the two massive forces coming together.
Neutral zone draw now after the offsides to Duquesne. That one straight back by the Dukes. Tudich hitting his man. Oh my Lord. That was just a smash.
Talk about lit up like a Christmas tree, Josh.
Going the other way now. Tudich remaining his pressure on the shift. Loza has it down low, centering feed. Filson takes a shot. Still fumbling puck in close. Now it's out. Lokaitis at the point. He backhands it down. And deeper deflection kick saved by Gagne. Loza has control. Centering again. Backhand try. Blocked in the lane. Now Duquesne the other way. 3-on-2 if they hurry. It's stopped on the back check by Tudich. He's having himself quite the shift. Filson centering feed for Loza. Loza down below the goal line. Backhanding it in close, still fumbling for it. There's a little tussle between Tudich and a Duke.
Sticks flying around everywhere.
Now it's all the way back down on IUP's end. 13:21 remain here in the second period. Looking up ice is Donovan. That one's off the boards and on net. Gagne was able to kick that one away.
Here comes Hoffman.
Donovan on his own blue line, swipes it for Maddox. Maddox looking up ice. Hits Adams with a tip. Malloy still has it in neutral ice, letting his men sort out a little bit. Soft dump to the other side of the ice. Hoffman just backhands it to his defenseman. Now Malloy. Nice little chip feed for Schmelzer. Adams on the left wing. He's pushed to the outside. Now Schmelzer below the goal line, trying to center it again for Adams. Now at the point, Maddox Rierick shoots. A deflection goes behind Gagne. Now the Dukes have it at the goal line. Malloy hits his man into the corner. That's Liam Mooney back. Adams getting on the forecheck as well. Seeing if they can keep it in. Malloy has control at the blue line. They are just offsides as Adams was unable to get back in time. A lot of high-intensity hockey is now. Zach Soy is finally out of the box after that 10-minute game misconduct. So we will see him back in the mix. And by back in the mix, I mean immediately.
Yeah.
He skated out. We saw Coach Hanzo just shoot for him to go straight back out. 12:19 remain here in the second period. The Hawks still up one. And all personnel is back ready to go, except, of course, Spencer Johnston.
Great dump in by Burkett here.
Duquesne back to collect. Still sticking forward on the half wall. That one fumbling out through neutral ice now. There's a big hit down off camera. Solomon hit his man, still slow to get up.
Yeah, Solomon's been known to lay down the law from time to time.
That's Jared Smith. It's coming all the way back, a little late to the party after that Solomon hit. Solomon dumps it down in deep. He's going to head off. Another good shift for him. Gray hits his man into the end wall as well. Some neutral ice play now. Duquesne has control. It's LaRue passing to his defensive partner. Got a chip at neutral ice all the way down to IUP's end. Stretch pass from Soy. Hits Fairman with a chip. He did get a piece of it.
Oh.
At least we thought he did. Looked like that official was signaling that he did also. But of course, the line judge did not think so. Icing is the call. 11:12 to go here in the second period. 1-0 still the score.
Quite a competitive conference game we got going on so far here.
Yeah, we had a great one last night, an exhilarating finish. It looks like we might have another one, of course, if IUP doesn't continue the floodgates. that they usually open after the first goal. Fairman was tied up on that last rush all the way down low. Jace Rierick takes a shot. Shoulder save by Gagne. Rierick back to Schmelzer at the point. Schmelzer throws one in, no deflection, hit off the chest. Schmelzer just pushed him right back to neutral ice. He's trying to spring Rich the other way, and he does. Rich has it down in that near corner. Cycling it backwards. Centering feed and close. Schmelzer got it off his skate. There's a shot from the point in the blue paint. Halper doesn't know where it's at. He's well out of position. It's a great clear by Donovan, though. Here's Miller the other direction. Goes between the legs. A great little move, but he pushed to the outside. Cross-ice feed for Jace Rierick. Duquesne coming to sweep it up, but Rierick has control. Sends it cross-ice. Donovan takes his shot. He's targeting 5-hole in close. Fairman had another wide-open goal, but it was a weird angle. Schmelzer from the point. Blocker save by Gagne.
The Crimson Hawks are really putting some pressure on the net here.
Jace Rierick at the point. Cycling it over, fans on the shot, but he still remains controlled. Dumps it for Miller at the bump. Takes his shot, not sure where the puck was. I think it was up in the equipment. Another shot from Schmelzer. Blocker save, a lot of action here for Gagne.
My goodness, you'd think the Hawks were on a power play.
It's a great shot by Donovan targeting that right post. They were able to clear the zone. Here's a foot race though. They blow off the icing. It was Schmelzer and Vatodian. Still stabbing at it as Loza as now some reinforcements come in. Tudich in the mix as well. In the near corner, Tudich trying to push him to that corner wall. Now they have it at the point. Shot in, deflection. There's a pad save by Halpert. Up into neutral ice. Tudich hustling for it down there as he hits his man. This is a very dirty hit. Filson coming in to give his opinion as well. They're just racing for it, and he just sort of jammed Tudich into that kick play to the corner wall.
Yeah, that's pretty much the equivalent of taking a man's legs from out from underneath of him when he's going up for a layup or a dunk in a basketball game. That's just, you're racing for the puck. You can't interfere with his progress. It's a race to the puck, and once you get to the puck, that's when you can pursue the physical activities. But he just lowered that shoulder about 10 feet away from the puck, and obviously Tudich with how he responded, he wasn't bracing at all for that hit and wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah, it was a weird kind of fall into the boards. But either way, like you said, they're going to take him for interference. 2 minutes. The Hawks are back on the power play. And Tudich is a fighter. He got up right quick and got back in the mix that of course his Hawks were fighting for him.
He's got a really good mindset for a rookie.
Jace Rierick at the point. See if they can set up this power play pattern, keeping the zone. It's Fairman. Now Malloy has it down at the goal line. Fairman back at the right wing, takes his shot, targeting up high. Glove saved by Gagne. 8:44 in the second period, 1:42 on the penalty. It's Miller going to take this draw. To the left of Gagne, one straight back for Fairman. Fairman dusts it off and gives it to Malloy. Malloy scanning his options, sends it back to Fairman. Fairman over to Rierick. Rierick back to Fairman. There's a whistle. Unsure of what the whistle was for.
Yeah, oh, fixing the net.
Oh.
Hard to tell from this angle up here. Maybe this net down here we can get a little bit better of its balance on the red line there, but from up here, I mean, it could be 5 feet into the blue and we wouldn't be able to tell. We would say, play on.
Now here's the draw. A little face-off deke, and it's whistled down. It's a great little play by Miller. So he just pushed it right between his opponent's legs. He took the shot himself. The official is still sorting some things out as he keeps Barger on the ice.
And he must be getting pretty tired, number 7 there, because he shook his head as the coach told him to stay out there for the shift.
Here's Rierick from the left point, center feeding close. Miller makes his move, but Gagne somehow keeps it out. Maddox Rierick was just trying to come and pick the loose puck free. Gagne in that coffin position.
did a great job of laying on top of the
Somehow
puck.
keeping it out. Miller certainly had him beat on that move. It looked like he was able to just throw his body over and keep it out. 1:20 remain here on the penalty. 8:22 in the period.
Big line change coming here for the Duquesne Dukes.
Still the same unit for the Hawks. Miller at the dot. He's going up against Lewis. Miller wins it straight back for Fairman. Fairman to Jace Rearick, one-timer going up high, and a glove save by Gagne.
And that's a dangerous move to, I mean, I understand wanting to trap it, but he went across his body with that glove save instead of using his blocker, but to each their own. As long as it ends up frozen, that's the final result. Nobody can complain too much.
Trying to hit the bump man in close. Rearick took his shot, missed to the right. Now Fairman at the point. Dusts it off, sends it to Malloy. Malloy shooting.
What a shot.
Keeping it out is Gagne. Miller to Malloy.
And Fairman's ready for one.
Malloy to Miller. Miller down below the goal line, feeds Maddox Rearick, centering in close. There's nobody there. That one ended up onto Gagne's pads. Duquesne gets the clear. 47 seconds remain. Halpert went out of his net trying to keep the play alive.
And that's a great move by Halpert because look at the opportunity. Oh, close one.
Schmelzer trying to hold the zone. Malloy has it now. 30 seconds remain. All the way back on his own goal line, letting the pattern develop. Adams on the left side, springing forward, was trying to hit Miller. Off the
Big hit
glass.
by Adams. Or Malloy, that is.
IUP unable to keep it in. 15 seconds remain on the penalty. Little miscommunication. Now here's Duquesne the other way. It's Tucker. He's tripped up by Adams. And there's the whistle.
More than likely going to be a penalty shot on that one. Going to be lucky to get away with maybe a 2-minuter.
And we'll wait and see. Adams not going to the box. So like you said, it will most likely be a penalty shot. See how Halpert can handle this opportunity. It's Jason Tucker from Webster, New York, all alone. He's going toe-to-toe with Halpert, seeing if he can find the equalizer in this game. Puck at center ice.
Look for Halpert to be pretty aggressive here when he comes out. He's going to be up in the crease, looking to cut down any type of angle. Slowly move back as he comes in.
Here goes Tucker, taking it in on the left side. Now centering it back into the middle. He loses control of it. Slams his stick on the ice. Is the penalty shot opportunity. It's just washed down the drain.
And there's nothing more embarrassing, Josh. There really isn't. I mean, you just kind of have to hop onto the bench after that one and smile and laugh at yourself, because if you don't, you're just going to be consumed with anger and rage. Wow. I mean, hey, they say puck don't lie. So maybe that was the hockey god saying something. But here we go. Back to some 5-on-4 play for just 4 minutes here, or not 4 minutes, 4 seconds.
There we go. Schmelzer now has it in his own zone. Just like that, we're back to even strength.
And it looks like he almost...
Yeah. As I was saying that we're back to even strength.
He almost got himself sent back into the box. Yeah. He had about a blink of an eye out on the box and almost had another trip on his hands, but lucky to not end up in that boat.
So we are full strength. I did think they were going to take him for that trip on Filson. Either way, 5-on-5, 6:58 to play. 18-25 on the shot counter in favor of the Hawks. Neutral zone draw, push forward by Loza. Loza holds the zone though, springing it forward. Here he goes. Feeding Tudich, he centers it. Nobody on the back door. Oh, there it goes on the rebound. The Hawks score, just like that. Just as we thought Duquesne was going to push the puck the other direction, Gavin Filson just grabbed control of it and dumped it home. 2-0 Hawks.
I mean, that's just a great job of being there and staying with the play. I mean, Tudich had that look inside where he's trying to get that pass towards the slot, and it didn't work out. But Filson was able to sneak behind and kind of just give a slap on that floating puck right in the middle there and tucked it away. And I think that one was through the wickets too, so make that 2 for 2 on the 5-hole for the Hawks tonight.
Speaking of twos, that's Gavin Filson's second goal of the season. He's sort of just been anchoring down on that third or fourth line, doing his fair share of grinding, and he's a very quick-footed, skilled forward. I'm glad to see that he's getting the recognition he deserves. Face-off won by the Hawks. Here's Fairman. Now in the slot, spinning it forward. There was Rick on the back door. Still kick save by Gagne. Trying to hold the pressure. Duquesne now leaving the zone. Going the other direction. Barger has it.
Great stick work.
And he was trying to hit Lewis through the zone, but Soy just stopped the rush. Another one down in low. See if IUP can utilize this opportunity. Duquesne was in the middle of a change. Maddox Rurick with some skilled skating. He's tripped up though, no call. Down low, Miller has it. Trying to wrap it, nobody on the back door. The puck off of its pegs. Soy one-timer and close. He passes it to Maddox Rurick. Now a 3-on-1 the other direction. Maddox Rurick has to hurry. Soy, see if he can block the lane.
Great work.
We talk about how he's just a grade A defenseman, and he just stopped that rush all on his own.
That all comes down to positioning right there. Making yourself as big as possible and taking up as many passing lanes. Shot just wide past Halpert.
Soy fighting for it down low, as well as Olshansky. Now they have it on the goal line, centering across. Great hands by Rearick just to bat it down. Now Fairman with some speed, taking it on the right side. He takes a short angle shot and hits off of Gagne's blocker up into the netting. 5:28 to play here in the second period, 2-0 to score.
Looks like we got Hoffman, Adams, Malloy up front with Lakaitis and Burkett in the back to support.
Face-off won by the Hawks, now trying to center in close. It's still fumbling. Adams trying to gain control. There's a stick on the ice. Burkett cycling it down in deep. Quick change, Medalo's now on the ice, centering across. There was a shot by Hoffman in the low slot. Adams trying to win that loose puck. Now it's down below the net. Hoffman hustling forward as well. There's a little shoulder check trying to jar the puck loose, and he does, but here comes Medalo. With some speed, takes it on the right side, has on his backhand, but he's killed by Lakaitis. Excuse me, I should say the rush killed by Lakaitis.
Yeah, Lakaitis did a great job of back skating and keeping his feet underneath of him, not committing too much on one side. And good job on Halpert to freeze up that puck.
The pleasantries have ended now after the whistle. 27-19, now the shot counter sits in favor of the Hawks. So it was pretty even there at the end of the first period, but it certainly has skyrocketed in IUP's favor. You see this draw to the left of Halpert. Tied up, coming to give assistance is Tudich. He gains control briefly. And Filson just pushing it right back into neutral ice. Again, off the boards, a great pass for Tudich. Tudich trying to take it in, but he's glued on the blue line. Takes a hit as well from Brandon Barger. Duquesne just having trouble breaking out. IUP's forecheck doing a great job. Tudich giving a little effort. Now Lakaitis closing the gap, and he grabs the loose puck, dumps it straight back in. Filson going after the loose puck in the near corner. He gets it loose. Lakaitis wide open. He takes his shot. He's going for that right post. Gagne gloved it away. Sort of did a double take. He grabbed it at the blue line, looked up, and there was nobody in front of him. And he went back down and took a shot.
Yeah, it's like there were a couple. I wasn't a shooter in high school when I played basketball, Josh. So there was a couple of times where I did take a three-pointer, and it was that exact look. It was a quick pass, and you look up, and you're like, oh well, I'm on an isolated island by myself. I might as well take this shot.
There's Solomon holding the zone. Has it on his backhand now. Spinning it off the boards. A great keep there. Now Gray has it. He pushes it down forward for all one. I'm going to give assistance to Solomon. Solomon centering feet for Gray and close. Donovan's back. Trying to start the rush on his own is Rich. Cycling it around. It's glued right there on that back door by Donovan. We have a whistle. I'm a little unsure of that whistle. It might have been the net. They're just checking it, putting it back into place. 3:38 remain here in the second period. The score 2-0 for IUP. On that near wall, yeah, Gray pushed him to the glass. There's a shot, pad save by Halpert. Donovan trying to stop the rush. Oh, a huge hit here on the blue line. We'll wait and see who that was. That was Solomon.
And Solomon had a hit of his own that laid someone out, and he just had it returned back to him.
Getting a little taste of his own medicine. So he was just stood up there on the blue line, but now he's racing back. He kills the icing. He has it down in deep, trying to jam it in as he's getting in a tussle now. Sticks are not involved. The hand is up. Solomon just hammering his man down onto the ice.
Oh, punches
They're throwing hands. Some Hawks coming to aid. Duquesne's involved as well. It's Solomon and Smith. Smith is brought up and escorted away. Escorted to the penalty box, I should say, as now we have a scuffle down there as well. Jacob Gray getting his fair share of words in. Still, they're going at each other. Now Solomon slowly making his way to the box. We love to see some rookies showing a little heart.
Yeah, and I don't know, that's just, I think, a classic tale of getting, like, mixed up. I don't understand how Solomon was at the, is also a perpetrator too here.
Yeah, they kind of really just got tangled up. It was a tie-up by Solomon, I believe, because the puck was, of course, in the vicinity.
They ended up hitting the ground, and I mean, Solomon didn't throw any punches, but however, whoever is, they're jawing at each other right now. Whoever's on the Duquesne side, he was the one on top trying to throw punches down on Solomon. So
Gray was also sent to the box with his scuffle that was after the whistle. So I think both penalties are going to be coincidental. So it will remain 5-on-5, but that's Gray and Solomon in the box. With Smith still going at it in that penalty box. Hear him screaming.
I just absolutely love how unfazed Moose is in that box there. He's sitting there smiling as these guys are probably dropping F-bombs back at each other over there and throwing a bunch of different profanities at each other. And you just look over and see Moose and Schrader in the box laughing with each other and smiling.
Yeah, they're having the time of their life over there, man, in that penalty box. As now Allwine is taking a seat as well. That penalty box is certainly full. We'll wait and see how it's all sorted out. But currently it's Solomon, Gray, and Allwine in the box for the Hawks. Only 2 Duquesne Dukes in the box. But there's 2 minutes on the penalty clock and 4 Hawks out there. So the Hawks will be on the penalty kill. We'll see the draw to the left of Halpert. They just finally sorted it out. I don't know about you, Alex, but this has been the longest 8 minutes of hockey I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, this period alone has been it's been a grueling one.
Right off the draw, they're getting active. Medallo has it at the point. He skates around Miller, takes his shot, pad save by Halpert. Duquesne still has control. Miller trying to tie his man up. Now at the point, Medallo another shot. No problem for Halpert. He's just been fantastic.
Yeah, looking great so far. 20 for 20 on his 20 shots, 20 saves.
Another stoppage, another draw. If anything comes from it, certainly the centermen trying to boost their face-off statistics. A quick clear. Miller has control now. He's sort of stumbling, still remaining in control as he was tripped up. No call, though. Duquesne coming the other direction. Taking into the zone.
Great
right
pokes.
up the gut, push to the left side. Soy just take him straight to the outside. Just forcing him to make that pass. Now up high, Rich has it at the point. A little fake shot, didn't fool Miller. Pad save by Halper, that one slid in. Another one kicked away. That one again, whistled down. 2:13 in the second period remain. 1:14 on the power play assessed to Jacob Gray. That's the only penalty minutes that are on the board. Excuse me, the 93 is Solomon. That's the only thing that's on the board.
And they're all buddy-buddy up in the penalty box there, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, of course, Schrader and Paremba over there, excuse me, keeping that penalty bench nice and warm for him over there.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a very welcoming community over there in the Hawks penalty box.
There are some funny guys in that box, I'll tell you what.
Face off won by the Dukes. Now centering in close.
Great save.
Kick saved by Halpert. Now down below the goal line, the Dukes have it. Pushed up high for Mooney. Mooney takes his shot.
Another great save.
Right into the logo. Pushes it down in between his pads. So we see another stoppage.
New line for the Hawks. Hoffman, looks like Donovan, Burkett, and Malloy out there. That's a pretty good penalty kill unit if I've ever seen one. A lot of grit and aggressiveness we should see out of them.
For sure, we'll expect to see that out of these four, especially out of the man at the faceoff dot. That's Hoffman that was just tying his man up, but Duquesne comes to recover that tie-up. Medallo at the point, trying to take it down and deep, but he pushes it off to his winger. Now down below the goal line, that's Lloyd. Medallo fakes a shot, pushes it over, trying to feed in close. There was another.
Oh, here we got an opportunity.
Save. Here's Malloy all alone. He's going to be selfish here, take it by himself. Has it on his forehand, backhand, pushes it forward. A great kick save by Gagne. 25 seconds remaining on the penalty. Till we're back to full strength with some speed. Lloyd has it down below, holding it on his backhand. We heard Lombardo calling for it in that bump roll. Rich to Lombardo, one-timer by Lombardo. Lloyd holds the zone. 7 seconds remain on the penalty.
And
There's
here
Rich.
it comes.
Rich trying to slide it in deeper, but Hoffman just held that skate all line. Coming to join the efforts out of the box. There's a shot in close, sticked away by Halpert. Now down below the goal line. Another low-angle shot shouldered away by Halpert. Donovan trying to clear the zone. It's held in by Lloyd. 45 seconds in the period. That one off some equipment into the glass. Fumbling in and into Halpert's glove. 40 seconds left in the penalty. We're back to full strength.
I wonder if the boys are just going to sit over there and chill out in the penalty box for the rest of the period. I think their lines have already gone on the ice, so.
And we'll wait and see if they join these last 40 seconds of play. Miller ties it up, coming away with it. Lakaitis. He feeds Fairman, 35 seconds and counting. Fairman on the right wing, trying to feed Lakaitis, streaking down. Miller coming to help out in the defensive role. Soy, quick punch back into neutral ice, but here's Olshansky taking into the zone. 22 seconds remain. Fairman trying to stick lift. There's a shot in close, shoulder save by Halpert. Fumbling in now. Fairman has control on that left dot. Trying to clear it. They have a 2-on-1 the other direction.
10 seconds to go here.
Miller with 10. Feeds Rierick with 8. Rierick across ice to Miller. Miller takes a shot up high. Blocker saved by Gagne. The net's off of its pegs with 3.8 seconds remaining.
Not too upset with that opportunity there, Josh. They passed the puck well, picked a great opportunity to score, just a better save, and can't be too upset. It's not like they didn't handle the rush very well.
So most likely just see, never say never, but we'll most likely just see a puck drop.
Especially from Loza taking this face-off.
We'll probably see a puck drop and an expired clock. Miller wins it, Loza wins it straight back. There was a shot by Malloy. That one fumbles behind Gagne and behind the cage. Just like that, the second period has expired. What do you got?
So from what I've been able to see,
a lot of energy.
I mean, not having Soy out there and still being able to keep their composure and keep the defensive lines organized. A big props to Coach Hanzo for strategizing around that. But other than that, I think the boys are just moving well, playing well, taking the right opportunities, and I'm excited to see what they do in this third period, whether they're going to try and add some more on or whether they're going to be complacent and conservative and reserve the lead.
It was Miller on the breakaway and Filson on the rebound, both of the scorers for the Crimson Hawks. 2-0 for IUP as we head into the intermission. My name is Josh Yates. With me, Alex Duffalo for the IUP Hockey Network. We'll be back with the third frame of action. court then. Welcome back, everybody, to the third period of action. Excuse me. Score is 2-0 IUP Hawks, and they're getting ready at the face-off dot here to get rolling.
Excited to see what they can do here. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see, like I said before the break, actually, it'll be interesting to see whether they are aggressive or preserve the lead. And it looks like they're taking the first approach.
Here's Duquesne coming up the left side with some speed. Lombardo throws on a little move for Fairman. He takes a shot in right into Halpert's chest. 19:34 remaining. 24-28, the shot counter. See this draw going to the left of Halpert.
Face-off won by the Dukes. A lot of traffic in there. Hawks able to get it out.
Fairman trying to use the boards and hit Jace Rear across ice right in front of the benches. Now coming away with it is Casillo. He takes his shot. That misses way wide. Off the rebound, swiped in to the crease of Halpert. He glued it down there. I don't know if I have seen a hockey game with this many stoppages.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, most of our games we go without stoppages at all for about 10 minutes. So I think we were due. It's just didn't quite want it to be due this game. Not in a conference game either.
Heading to the face-off dot now. It's Dominic Casillo. He's the top scorer for the Dukes. 10 points in 6 games played. He won that draw backward, but IUP just starting the rush the other direction. Adams unable to get a tip. Hoffman down there to start it up. Trying to center it for Malloy. That lane blocked by Olshansky. A little shoulder check by Adams. Knocks the puck loose. Malloy stabbing at it. Back to push it forward with Baskinger. It's now into neutral ice. Foot race the other way. They're going to whistle it for icing. Another stoppage. 18:47 remain, and we'll head back down to IUP's offensive end. See if they can add a couple more insurance goals.
Got the chippy lineup out there, so expect a heavy forecheck.
There's Hoffman taking that draw. Wins it to the left, but Duquesne trying to come away with it. Malloy has control, takes a shot. Shoulder save by Gagne. Fumbling puck in close. Duquesne with a soft clear in. Donovan able to hold the zone though. Malloy below the goal line, centering feed. Adams' stick. It's not on the ice. He was tied up. Now Donovan has it neutral ice. Swipes it for Schmelzer. Schmelzer hits Hoffman. Hoffman has on his backhand. Goes around to the left side. Just pushed back into the middle by the Dukes. A chip at center ice by Barger kills the ice. The icing, I should say. Here's Schmelzer down below the goal line. Skates right around Barger. Feeds Tudich. A little backhand down deep in the zone. That one shuffling in on Gagne. He's going to glue it down right in front of him. We'll see yet again another face-off. 5 out there. It's Loza, Filson, Tudich for the forwards. Backed by Lakaitis and Burkett. Face-off won by Duquesne. Going the other direction now. Barger pushing it down deep. He's sticking away with Tudich.
Big hit by Filson.
Lokaitis threw a shot in from the point. It's gloved down by Gagne.
Boys throwing the body around quite well tonight. Not afraid to get chippy and tuck that elbow and shoulder in and lay one in.
Of course, the first of 2 meetings between IUP and the Dukes. The next meeting will be at home for the Hawks. Even though I mentioned before, this certainly feels like a home game for them just because of the crowd here.
The travel distance definitely helped on our way here. Not much time spent on that bus.
Yeah. Fresh leg, center and feed in close, blue paint. Swiping at it, the Dukes almost had a little bit of an own goal there, it looked like. By the way, they have control. Mooney trying to cycle it up high, and they're trying to go for the clear. Loza just Filson. Disrupting. Burkett trying to feed the streaking Loza. There's Filson, excuse me. Filson now has control, backhand for Tudich. Gagne is going to stop it right there. just try and kill as much of this Hawk momentum. But as I was saying, first of 2 matchups between these 2 teams, and it'll be likely that we could see them again in the CHMA playoffs, but IUP trying to start the season series off on the right foot and take the hard one out of the way, that being the away game. There, Medallo got a piece of it at center ice, and they're going to call an icing. Medallo threw his hands up in confusion.
I think he was just a little bit too far out. He did catch that kind of towards the center of the ice, so even though he got a piece of it, we're going to get a face-off down here. Top lines out there for the Hawks.
Miller taking the draw, ties it up. Coming away with it is Fairman. He's dangling around an official and a Duke. That one now onto neutral ice. Maddox Freer has it. Sliding it forward for Fairman. Fairman backhands it for Miller. Miller trying to push it down and deep. Saw a great little athletic play on the far side too. Fairman just stretching his leg out to stay on sides. But now Miller on the goal line feeds Fairman in close. He still has control backhand. Gagne in an awkward position. Keeps the puck out of the net.
That's great work by Gagne to reposition himself and just shield off any type of low shot there in the crease.
Gagne doing a great job. He's faced 31 shots, only allowing 2, but some high intensity, high efficiency opportunities for the Hawks that he's been able to kill. Got to give some love to Halpert too on the other side. He's faced 24, not allowing any. Here's Duquesne going the other direction. Flock trying to start the rush. Soy holds him right there though. It's down in their own zone. He's pushing to that end wall. Still fighting for him down below. Adams comes away with it though. They have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Jordan Adams taking it over the blue line. Centering feed for Miller just a little bit behind him. Donovan just going to backhand it back to Miller. Miller on the right wing. Keeping it far on his forehand. Still has control. He's met behind the net by Mooney. Mooney's just going to get a little soft dump into center ice. Donovan now has it in his own zone. Feed for Miller. Miller gets a piece of it. Going to whistle it down for icing. 15:50 remain here in the third. Duquesne looking for some sort of answer to this Hawks forecheck, and of course to the last man of defense being Connor Halpert.
Yeah, they seem kind of stagnant and complacent, even though they're down by 2 goals, just complacent with where they are. And they're going to need to push to at least get that one and light a fire under their butts. And the Hawks have just done a great job of snuffing everything that they throw towards them out.
Adams picks up the loose puck, taking it into the zone now. Cuts into the middle, takes a shot, misses to the right. Hoffman trying to hold the zone, and he does, but Duquesne just clears it. Malloy has control. He's going to take it across the blue line himself. Here's an opportunity. He takes a shot, pad save by Gagne. Adams was unable to control that rebound. Now Malloy below the net. Center and feed across. He had Adams on the one-timer. Adams with an electric celly right to the home glass. The score's 3-0.
And that's a big feel-good moment right there. Last night we saw something similar happen to the Hawks, a cross-crease pass for a one-timer into the back of the net. And now we got Malloy sending it across the ice to Adams, and that was just beautiful. I mean, you could put that into a video game with how that worked out. It was just beautiful. It opened up the ice perfectly, and Adams was sitting beautifully right on that red circle on the right side, sitting, waiting for a one-timer, and he put it in the back of the net.
We talked about it last night for the viewers that were watching that WVU game, but it comes down to, the official took a spill off Medallo's stick. He's back up. But as I was saying, it comes down to which team plays better off-ice hockey, and Jordan Adams just did a great job showing it off there. As saw the open ice and streaked down. Malloy found the blade of his stick. Adams found the nylon. Saw an offsides there after that official fell. He seems to be all right, though. We'll see neutral zone draw. That one straight back by Loza. Schmelzer has it. He's going to dump it down deep into the offensive side. Now on the right circle, Loza has it. Trying to forward it for Filson. He's tied up by a couple of Dukes over there. Now Duquesne coming away with it. Stretch pass. Fed Mooney into the right side. He takes a shot into that far corner. It does clear the zone. Tudich with a nice little shot block as Lloyd was trying to just dump it straight back in. IUP has possession. Stretch pass for Filson. He was trying to just get a little one touch for Tudich. Tudich from the seat of his pants still fighting for that loose puck. Now Duquesne has control. Nice little shoulder check by Miller to loosen the puck up. There's Flock, takes a spill. Duquesne has possession though. Coming the other way, Olshansky. Push to the outside, and Jace Rearick gave him a shoulder. Centering, feeding close. That one just dumped right into the glove of Halpert.
It was a great shot there. I don't think Halp was expecting it at all, but he did a great job of sticking on that post, and it kind of just trickled into his glove, and he was able to freeze it up.
13:51 remaining here in the third period. 24-33 on the shot counter. It's Olshansky at the dot with Shane Miller. One straight back by Miller. Duquesne has control though. Here's Casil. Casil takes his shot, shouldered away. Some Hawks going at it. We've seen a couple of scuffles so far here tonight. Jace Rearick in the mix. As always, still in that box over there, we see Jacob Gray and Xavier Solomon. So I'm going to make the assumption that they were served with 10-minute game misconducts, and they will serve out a couple more minutes. Jace Rearick with some choice gestures to the home crowd here, as he's loving it. He loves the attention. Here's Jace Rearick pointing at the scoreboard as he is escorted off the ice, as his evening is ended a little prematurely. Yeah, you gotta show out. You gotta show out for the dads. Jace Rearick, of course, and his brother Maddox having quite the night. As Rearick is done, as always, CHMA play.
Yeah,
so much fun.
They do get rowdy. There's a lot of emotions that fly around, and I mean, I think that was just a culmination of Rearick might be wanting to be done for the night, but also at the same time, I mean, he just got fed up. There was something that happened at the beginning of that face-off circle where he, just man to man, you get to that point where you're like, all right, enough's enough. We're handling this like men. And sometimes they drop the gloves with you. Sometimes they just look at you in the eyes and don't do anything. So, unfortunately, Rearick didn't get the gloves dropped like he wanted, it seemed, but gonna have a penalty kill to work off and continue on with this 3-0 lead.
We'll wait and see for how much time is on the penalty clock, but I'd assume it would probably just be 2 for roughing since he was now off the ice. We, of course, saw Adams and Killian Flock going at it too, well after that Rearick ejection over here on the near side. Killian Flock, the Austrian native.
Needs a little bit of work. Now get on right. Be a lot better.
Officials still sorting it out, and the penalty box it's full. There's no other words for it but full.
Yeah.
Now the 2 minutes is up, and it's going to be Loza that is serving that penalty for Jace Rearick. Either way, the Hawks on the penalty kill. There's a quick kick save by Halpert.
Stay in front.
Now from the goal line, trying to dance it in, Halpert kicks the net off of its pegs as he was just trying to launch himself over to the other post. 15 seconds already off of the penalty kill. Still Flock and Adams going at it.
I always find it ironic, Josh, when I feel like somebody should only have the right to chirp to that certain extent when they do got points on the board.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Adams or not what
Flock, Killian Flock.
Yeah, what Flock was trying to say to Adams there, but Adams did score the last goal, so I think he's got to talk to somebody else on the bench if he wants to talk.
There's a shot in close that hit off of the shoulder of a Hawk. And Miller trying to disrupt it. Here goes Fairman the other way. One-on-one the other way. Miller's stick is tied up. He now stripped free. The two captains going at it. Fairman, the lone hawk. Now Duquesne leaving the zone. With some speed going the other way is Rich. He takes it on the left side, throws on the brakes. Passing it up forward for Lloyd. Lloyd chucks one in, a little
Big hit.
middle try in. There's another shot by Rich, blocked in the lane by Hoffman. Hoffman holding his neck, as now it's whistled. I think he might have taken a puck or a stick maybe up under his mask. Now finally Solomon and Gray are heading back to the bench.
Fairman's going to the box.
Yeah, of course. The law of equivalent exchange, you could say. Solomon and Gray off of the penalty bench, immediately replaced by Hunter Fairman. Keeping the bench warm over there. So the Hawks are going to be 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 1 second. Face off won by Duquesne, trying to push it forward. Here goes Miller the other way. He's got room. Has on his backhand. He's going to throw on the brakes, trying to kill as much time as he can. So the Hawks fans not too pleased with that hit in the back. But here comes Duquesne the other direction. Miller still going after it. Just a great penalty killer.
What a
and an amazing clear.
Oh my goodness.
So he heads to the bench now. He's certainly going to get some love from the boys. He swaps out with Hoffman. Now here's Duquesne the other way.
That was athletic.
Yeah. Just plays with so much heart. That one does shuffle in on Halper, and he's going to glue it down there.
23 seconds left to go before they get another man back and go on a 5-on-4 penalty kill.
So it'll be Loza coming out of the box. He's serving that Jace Rearick penalty. Or Jace Rearick ejection, you could say. There's Donovan trying to get the clear. Took a weird bounce off the glass.
Solomon. Oh, he lays a big hit on the side.
The Hawks are loving it. Solomon just having himself quite the game. Going after the puck on that forecheck, swiping at it as well. 7 seconds until Loza will join the rush. Excuse me. Taking it straight in Medallo. That chance is killed by Donovan. Quick clear off the glass into neutral ice. And Loza straight out of the penalty box is down there to collect it.
What a move by Loza.
And dancing it in himself. He takes a hit into the goaltender. There was a no whistle, as that's Gagne well out of his net. Of course, that was not Loza's fault. He was checked into Gagne.
Yeah, I mean, what can you ask? He's just trying to take the puck to the net, score a goal. Sometimes that happens a little bit, but hopefully our netminder, or not our netminder, but the Duke's netminder is doing all right and can recover. Might have just had the wind taken out of him, which if there's any athletes that have felt that before, it feels like you are dying when the wind is taken out of you. So hopefully that's just the case and he's able to get back up here, but he's holding his back.
Yeah, it was a pretty awkward position for him. Killian Flock was right on the tail of Loza.
And here comes the backup goaltender's grabbing his stick now. I think he's just getting ready, getting loose just in case.
It's Sensing. Ethan Sensing from Dallas, PA. Getting his quick warm-up in case Gagne is unable to go. But yeah, it was just Loza crease crashing. A lot of chaos in front, and looked like he almost had him beat on his forehand trying to drag it across the blue paint, and it's what put Gagne in that sort of awkward position.
Yeah, I think he was on like that last part of his deke where he was getting ready to fire one off, and then he got hit from behind into Gagne. Looks like Gagne's up.
He's back up skating on his own. So he's gonna be back ready to go, I believe. So there's still 44 seconds on that Hunter Fairman penalty.
And Gagne is going to be good. Backup goaltender putting away his stick, getting back into the box.
So it's 4-on-5, or 5-on-4, depending on how you look at it. But IUP's on the penalty kill. Hoffman's at the dot. Gagne touching his post. He looks like he's ready to go. Puck dropped, won by Duquesne. And 40 seconds of odd man play. Moss throwing on the brakes, trying to spring forward. Now here they go. Quick shot from the right wing. That misses high. Now on the left wing, it's George. He takes his shot. A couple of deflections, pushes it to that far corner. Now on the point, there's Ekdahl. Excuse me, that's Mooney. Mooney, turnaround shot and close in the blue paint. Halpert keeps it out. Another backhand try. That one's deflected behind Halpert's cage. And a hard clear by Soy. Out into neutral ice and all the way down to Gagne. 8 seconds left on the penalty. Now 5 and counting. Fairman up and ready to join the rush. Just like that, we're back to 5-on-5. Fairman straight, getting right to it. Out of the box, as now he'll head to the bench. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the penalty, or excuse me, in the period. Crimson Hawks up 3-0. Donovan pushing a man off. He shoves it forward for Filson, but Duquesne has control now. Centering feed, nobody there to collect for the Dukes. Right wing shot blocked in the lane by Schmelzer. Schmelzer backhands it forward. It's picked up by Loza. Loza trying to hit Filson. Of course, it was Lloyd there to stop that rush. Push right back into the zone. Miscommunication. There's Filson trying to start it up. Him and Loza would have been the other way. Dukes are offside. Now they touch up. Filson trying to push his man there. There was a cross-ice feed. Nobody on the back door. Shot in close. Misses high.
I think I might have hit off the post.
That was a rip. It was off the stick of Tristan Lloyd. But again, that one's up and out of play. Both squads going to get some new personnel out there. Miller's back out after his, I was going to say after his fantastic shift, but I should say shifts, plural.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's having quite the night.
Get in front!
Here goes looking up the ice is Fairman. He tried to hit Allwine.
Great
Here's
find,
Miller now.
And they're calling offsides.
Yeah, looks like it. We also now see Allwine playing top line forward minutes after Jace Rearick's ejection. So Allwine moving from that 7th defensive spot now to the first line. He's playing with Miller and Fairman. Miller taking that draw, won it to the right, but Duquesne has control. 9:30 and counting remaining in the game. A quick clear down hits off the back of the helmet of Lloyd. That one all the way in on the blocker of Halpert. Back in his own end, Lakaitis looking up ice, tried to feed Miller. That one into neutral ice. Fairman now hustling for it. He's in a foot race with LaRue.
Good hit by Fairman.
He's fumbling on the goal line now. Medallo has it. Medallo up the right side. He's the only Duke down there. He takes a shot right into the glove of Halpert. No problem.
And it appears there's quite a lot of confusion on which line was going out for the Dukes on that rush. That's why you ended up having one Duke down there all by himself having to throw a shot on net. And Halpert's looked great so far. 25 shots, 25 saves. So we'll see how he continues throughout the rest of this 8 minutes and 59 seconds.
Face-off tied up by Hoffman. Maddox Rearick back to collect. Passes it to Soy. Soy spinning. Gives it back to Maddox below the cage. Getting very aggressive on that forecheck, as that was Finn Moss pushing him back down and deep. So they have 3 forecheckers. It's just going to take one pass for IUP to get past. That one off the stick and up into the netting. Out of play. 8:32 remaining in the third period. Shot counter currently sits 25-33 in favor of the Hawks. And that's a story in and of itself. Crimson Hawks have been firing on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ice. We will see a center ice draw here. Hoffman ties it up, but Duquesne gaining control. That was Olshansky just jarring at it. Quick shot in, glove save by Halpert. Another couple of seconds shaved off the clock. And another stoppage.
Definitely the most stoppages we've had by far this year.
There's a tie up by Hoffman. Duquesne has control. Olshansky trying to dance it in, but a great stick by Adams pushes it to the corner. Olshansky still has control. Giving it off to the right winger. A quick shot, shoulder save by Halpert, and a great clear by Soy to get it out of the zone and out of the chaos. Adams forechecking, trying to disrupt. Olshansky again, headlining the shift. He takes a shot from the left wing, misses high. Mishandled pass. Here go the Hawks the other way. Malloy taking into the zone. Adams was streaking down. very quickly.
4 feet offsides, man.
A lot of the
Still
Duquesne
fighting for
fans
it,
went
yeah.
for an offsides call on that rush, and I mean, I don't blame them, but for the Hawks, we'll take them.
Donovan trying to close that gap. Great defensive play just to allow Duquesne to dump it in. So they will call an ice. We'll head back down to the offensive side of the ice for the Hawks. Five out there for the Hawks. It's Schmelzer and Donovan on the blue line, backed by Gray and Allwine, centered by Solomon. Now I want to see Allwine just go in there and rip it, yeah?
Yeah, well, he's got the skill to.
Yes, he's getting some minutes here playing forward.
You know, he's got a deep itch for it. He might not tell you, but definitely fiending to get one on in the back of the net for sure, especially now that he's moved up.
Duquesne getting a quick change off of that clear. Now here's Allwine at the center line. Well, saucer pass intercepted by Duquesne, but Schmelzer just pushes it back in deep. Solomon stood up here in center ice by Lewis. Solomon certainly being the target of some of the hits so far after that scuffle that he had earlier. Solomon laying the boom there at the face-off dot. Another shot in. Solomon tied up on the rebound. Ooh. Coming the other way is Duquesne.
Great work by Donovan.
It was Gary trying to throw a move, but Donovan just too skilled for it to work. Another shot up, on the left wing by Donovan. He was carrying it all the way in. Turnaround by Solomon. Back in deep in the zone. Solomon ending his shift.
Lewis is going to have to hold his own just for a little bit during this line change.
Tudich now joining the efforts. Here come the reinforcements. Schmelzer trying to dance it in. It's pushed to Tudich. Schmelzer gives his man a little chuck as he takes a hit into the glass, and now they're going after it. Schmelzer's in there. Jared Smith's in there. All parties are involved. Lokaitis the last man to join the party. Some men are throwing some hands, hitting the ice. This is what conference play is all about.
And I mean, I don't blame Schmelzer one bit. He came in and laid the hit down on him, was just working on the forecheck, and got hit in the back as he was waiting to get that puck out. And I don't blame him one bit. Big guy like Schmelzer isn't gonna take no disrespect like that, that's for sure.
Schmelzer has certainly made his name well known in tonight's game, as he's the first to leave that scuffle. So they're still jarring at each other, even out of the referee's watch. Schmelzer looks like he wants to go back for seconds, but I think the officials know better, and they're going to send him off of the ice for the evening, right past the penalty box.
It looks like we're going to get that goalie change actually now.
Yeah, Gagne came and got checked on by the medical staff for Duquesne. And so they are making a switch as Ethan Sensing.
Again, it did look like it was Gagne's back that was hurting him, so maybe there was some kind of a pinched nerve going on, something like that. Very painful.
So we saw Owen Tudich also escorted off the ice for the Hawks. Just now 2 men for the Dukes are heading off. They're trying to pull a quick one on some of the Dukes, on some of the officials and head to the penalty box, but they are out for the night. Officials now over by the penalty box trying to sort out all of the penalty minutes.
Kind of quite comical to watch that Duquesne Duke be let off the ice, do the same exact thing Jace Rearick did. I don't know what compels you to do that when you're down 3-0 with 6 minutes left.
Especially in your home barn too.
Yeah.
It is rare to see that happening to the away fans. Of course, we mentioned it before. The Hawks fans travel well. They filled this place out, and they're definitely getting loud. So
yeah, I would say there's a good 80 people over there.
Yeah.
Maybe 50 to 80.
Of course, the parents, the families, the fans all love to come support the boys. But with that, there's 5 Duquesne Dukes on the ice and 3 Crimson Hawks.
Man, we just end up finding ourselves in these 5-on-3 situations, Josh.
Yeah, that is interesting, given that there was 2 men sent off the ice. So it's 2 minutes on the penalty board.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. It looks like Duquesne might have taken their timeout. See something being drawn up. And Allwine, the forward, now heading to the penalty box. There's 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the game. Duquesne down 3. Looking for some kind of answer. They're currently on their timeout.
And a quick one at that. They're already sending their boys back out. And the Dukes are going to have to score 1 during this power play to even have any type of chance of staying in this game whatsoever.
So it's 5-on-4. Duquesne currently does not have anybody in the net. It's an empty net for Duquesne, and there's 6 skaters for Duquesne. A little early for an empty net, but again, Duquesne's backs are against the wall, down 3.
I mean, yeah, bold move, but I can understand the play while you're on a power play. Oh, big hit!
Miller
and the puck's taken away.
Here goes Fairman, he feeds Miller.
Oh,
Miller's
he's
just gonna take
it all the way home. Yes, sir. What a goal celebration. Oh, you gotta love it. Shane Miller putting one away. Hawks up 4. 6 minutes left to go. Oh, man. The boys are gonna be rowdy tonight, that's for sure.
It's his second of the evening. Shane Miller just walking that one all the way home. In front of the Dad's crowd, IUP's fans getting loud. Up 4 in just 12 seconds, killed off that penalty. They're back to 5-on-4 with a netminder in there. That is Ethan Sensig.
You gotta love some of the talking back and forth when you're able to hear it through this headset.
It's all love, of course. We mentioned it before. They're just congratulating each other for having a safe and fair play game, and they're excited to meet again later in the season.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
Out.
Yeah. Going the other way now. Soy bats it into neutral ice, but it's turned back around by the Dukes. 5:45 remaining in the game.
And I think that empty net goal really sucked a lot of life and energy out of these Duquesne Dukes.
If there was any to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking it down on that right wing, that was Casile. He's trying to get something going for the Dukes. There's a soft clear all the way in. And Sensig is going to come out and play it. IUP getting a change. For this next penalty killing unit, it's Hoffman, Malloy for the forwards, and Donovan and Burkett for the defensemen. 50 seconds remain.
Great
Here's
steal.
Hoffman. Hoffman with a loose puck. Has it on his backhand, just trying to kill time. Pushes it forward a little bit more. Now Duquesne has control. A great stick by Malloy just to punch it back, and another one by Hoffman.
Hoffman's doing a great job single-handedly killing so much time off this penalty.
Still doing his work, stick lifting. Malloy gave his man a little bit of a shoulder check as well. Puck deep in Duquesne's zone with just 24 seconds and counting remaining on the penalty kill. Here they go now with some speed. It's Medallo through center ice, through neutral ice, takes a shot in between Donovan's legs, but it was a kick save by Halpert. On the other end, collecting it is Rich. Pushes it forward to Lloyd. Lloyd back to Rich. Rich, right wing, pushing it down deeper into the zone for Lombardo. Rich now has it glued to that kick plate. Now Donovan pushing it a little bit forward out of the zone. We're back to full strength.
Quick shot on Halpert, and he's able to snuff that, get it right into the chest, and freeze it up.
4:05 remaining. As there's one more shot registered for Halpert. As I'm not going to say the words because it's bad luck, of course, but has not let a goal in yet. He's faced 27 shots so far. Here's a face-off to the left of Halpert. Quick win, and there's a shot in that misses to the right by Duquesne. It's cleared up into the neutral zone by Allwine. He's out of the penalty box. Again, he's playing the forward position after the loss of Spencer Johnson and Jace Rearick, two top forwards for the Hawks. There's Allwine pushing it forward for Gray. Allwine at center ice. just pile driving it into the zone. There's Duquesne trying to start the rush. Gray gave it a little bit of a slowdown. It looked like they were well offside. They're not going to call it, though. Duquesne has it down and deep, though. George just glued to the boards, and Allwine had control, but a little miscommunication with Lukaitis. Now centering feed and close, a quick shot blocker save by Halpert. Soy below the net.
Good work by Soy just to set up and let everybody regroup.
Still taking the mature route as a defenseman and just throwing on the brakes and letting it settle.
Great work by Allwine to keep that puck from getting sent back into the Hawks zone.
Gray with a soft dump down. Hoffman with a little bit of contact trying to disrupt it. Now the other way, Olshansky through center ice. Goes around Loza and Filson, still has control of it on his forehand, trying to push a forward kick save, fumbling in front. They get the clear. There's a shot from the point, pad save. Halpert just standing his own. A great stick by Filson, see if he can utilize it. Just outside of his reach. They do keep it on sides. It's a shot from the right point, missed to the right of the net. Hard clear by Hoffman all the way through neutral ice. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remain in the game. Burkett has it on his blade, a clear off the glass. They're offsides. Loza has control now. It's Olshansky giving chase. Donovan has it behind him. So does Burkett. Burkett with a soft dump up into the rafters.
That was a heck of a dump. My goodness.
We know he likes to go for those stretch dumps. And, you know, he gets excited over the fact that we are playing at a rink that is not as low as S&T Bank. So he has a little bit of room to work with on this
quite
dumps.
the launch angle off that stick.
But of course, the Rafters beat him again tonight. An ongoing battle between Burkett and those Rafters.
That's so true.
Those pesky Rafters. Now going the other way. Here's Duquesne still in the zone, dumping it down and deeper on the goal line. Now towards the blue line. Miller has it. Lukaitis clears it out of the zone, finds Fairman on the right side. He's just going to soft dump it in, go around one man. Get a soft little chase in. Duquesne has possession. A minute and 30 remain. The Dukes down 4. Hard hit into that corner board by Adams as there's a whistle. Just no more life left for the Dukes. The Hawks have just drained everything out of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, there's not much talking coming from the bench right now. There isn't much talking going out on the ice. It's almost just a going through the motions kind of thing at this point for the Dukes.
Minute 29 remain. Gray to take this draw. Thrown straight down. Gray went for that little face-off deke. There's Rierick now at the point. Slides it to Gray, right wing. He takes his shot down low and into the glove of Sensig. I think that might have been the first one that Sensig has faced. At least registered.
And a quick hack by one of these Duquesne Dukes on Gray's shin pad at the end of that whistle. Got a couple O's. Good job by the Crimson Hawks to keep their composure. Usually that kind of disrespect they don't tolerate.
Face off one by the Hawks. Here's Maddox Rear skating across the point. Takes one, a deflection by Gray. That one's pushed away by Sensig. Allwine holds still on his feet. It's in the corner, a broken twig for the Dukes. They're able to clear the zone. Back to collect it is Maddox Rear. A minute remaining here in the period. IUP looking for their second conference win in a row and of the season. And their 10th total win will advance them to a 9-2-1 record. Excuse me, 10-2-1 record. 10-2-1 record. And this will advance the Dukes to a 1-9-1 record. 43 seconds remain in this third period. I think both head coaches will just be happy with the final 43 seconds being skated out with no more injury or fight or goals or anything of that sort.
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
Hanzo would love some more goals, but there's one by Filson thrown
Nice
on,
shot.
stopped by Sensig. That one was heat-seeking. It went through a couple of defensemen, it looked like, and So onto the blocker of Sensig. 34 seconds remaining.
Filson's actually shocked me a lot this year, Josh, with learning he's come up from D3 last year, moved up to D1, and based off how fast he's playing and how quickly integrated he got into this team and with all the players, it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, he's played great, as you mentioned, after the bump up from D3. Is now there's a tie up at center ice.
And a special shout out. Oh my goodness.
As I mentioned, I said it would be cool if we just skated it out. Solomon's still in the mix as well.
It's almost like they were listening to us up here.
Gray's going at it with somebody at center ice. They're just going to let him duke it out, but Gray's pinned to the ice. Solomon trying to skate over to the bench before the officials spot him out.
As I was going to say, before the pleasantries arrived on the ice there, I was going to give a special shout out to Mrs. Filson, if you're watching as well, as we were talking about your son. I just met your husband outside at the last intermission. He was telling us how much you enjoyed watching the broadcast and that you watch every broadcast, and gave us a good job and that we're doing good. So we appreciate it and thank you for watching.
Of course, we always love the love. We love to receive love here at
absolutely.
on the IUP Hockey Network. 22 seconds left after all of the pleasantries. Gray was going to just sit the rest of this one out in the penalty box, but they're sending him off the ice. But it is Joseph Kirkvold that is heading into the Duquesne box. Like we said, that last empty net goal by Miller has been just the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it looks like the Dukes are going to have to finish this one out with a man down the rest of this 22 and a half seconds.
A lot of chirping going on in these last couple of minutes. The Hawks are trying to prove to the Dukes that they are back and just as powerful as last year.
Yeah.
That one cycled all the way down and wave off the icing. 13 seconds remaining.
There's going to be 10 seconds here and just let it eat out.
Let the clock eat out. 4-0, the final score here at Alpha Ice Complex. IUP skating away the victors after their first matchup in the season series against the Duquesne Dukes. It was Miller twice on the score sheet, backed by Filson and Jordan Adams, the 4 scorers of the evening, and it was a very long game.
Yeah, that was due to the amount of freezes we had and pleasantries exchanged and words exchanged. We had a long night. Definitely a longer game.
So IUP had their first taste of CHMA action, of course, last night against WVU. They took that one, and they take this one tonight against the Dukes. So they're 2-0 in the conference. Certainly a good start to the conference play for the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that, the Hawks are going to skate off to the locker room and give some love to their away fans. And, of course, we'll be back next weekend for the IUP Hockey Network. My name is Josh Yates. With me, as always, Alex Duffalo. Have a good evening.